The hall had the electric hush that comes before something true finally arrives. For weeks, fans had whispered, scrolled, and speculated, hints dropped like breadcrumbs, a cryptic photo here, an offhand comment there, but nothing prepared anyone for the way Yang Mei Mei walked onto that stage and simply said it aloud. "We're releasing a new movie series." The room exhaled as one. The statement landed clean and inevitable, and the internet combusted faster than any PR team could spin. It began as a soft ripple. Cameras cut from the red carpet to the stage. Glitter settled in the air like confetti waiting to fall. Yang Mei Mei stood beside Yulong with a poise that had been practiced, but never performative. She smiled, a private smile that felt like an invitation. When she spoke, her voice was steady, the kind of calm that carries more conviction than any scripted reveal. "This series is for the small moments," she said, "for the people who deserve to be seen." Nothing about the announcement was flashy. It needed no fireworks. The sentiment alone set the fandom ablaze. Within seconds, the first wave of reactions hit social feeds. Shrieks, floodlights of emojis, disbelief, and 1,000 "I knew it" posts. Fan groups that had once traded leaks and pieced together rumors suddenly found themselves united in gratitude rather than suspicion. The message boards filled not with accusation but with logistics, which theaters would screen why, when the trailer would drop, and who would be in the cast. For longtime followers of Mei Mei, the announcement felt personal, a promise kept to those who had watched, waited, and believed. The immediate excitement had texture. Street-level fans gathered outside the venue, chanting the couple's names, waving handmade banners, and trading predictions about the plot. At one point, a fan held up a sign that read, "Finally, stories like ours." Videos of that sign went viral, shared by strangers who felt seen by a production that claimed a mission larger than celebrity. Influencers who had previously criticized the couple now shifted tone, marveling at the vulnerability implicit in such a project. The narrative moved from gossip to expectation almost overnight. Online, reaction videos multiplied. Micro-communities debated tone and genre. Would it be a romantic arc or a social drama? A fantasy series, or something grounded and raw? The production's early description, a multi-episode cinematic arc about small communities and quiet courage, suggested something patient and deliberate. That promised hunger for people tired of spectacle. They wanted a mirror, not a projection. The comments under the announcement were not merely about Mei Mei's beauty or Yulong's magnetism. They were about possibility and representation. Fans weren't passive. Within hours, grassroots campaigns formed to support the project's community-centered ethos. One group offered to translate the script into multiple dialects for free. Another volunteered to organize neighborhood screenings and outreach. Creatives in the fandom aggregated resources, costume makers offering to source sustainable fabrics, indie musicians pledging pieces for the score, technical volunteers compiling lists of local theaters that might host pre-release screenings. In a way, the announcement felt like a civic call to arms. The fans answered by becoming participants. For industry insiders, the announcement read like a careful gambit. Mei Mei and Yulong did not simply confirm a title and leave. They laid out a framework, ethical production practices, community casting, fair wages, and plans for pre-release screenings in the towns that inspired the series. That kind of transparency shifted the conversation from celebrity headline to production model. Critics who had been ready with cynical takes found themselves recalibrating. A star-anchored project could indeed lift other voices if the commitments were real. That said, skepticism brewed in predictable corners. Some journalists warned of the risk of celebrity co-option. Would the series truly empower local contributors, or would their presence be aestheticized for higher clicks? Would promises of profit sharing and credit stand when contracts were signed and money began to flow? The cautious took a wait-and-see stance, reminding audiences that declarations are easy in a gala's golden light, and ethical labor is harder to implement on the ground. Fans read the critiques with the kind of defensive tenderness only true believers possess. They circulated quotes from the couple emphasizing consent and shared credit, demanding the production be held to its vies. Backstage, when the cameras dimmed, Mei Mei and Yulong were quietly meticulous. Sources close to the couple described long nights of planning prior to the event, meetings with writers in cramped cafes, listening sessions with residents, and research trips to towns whose markets and docks would later populate the series' mise-en-scene. They had not arrived at the announcement by accident. The couple had spent months building relationships and drafting a blueprint that balanced artistry, ethics, and logistics. Fans who had once suspected a PR stunt now found the evidence of labor. The excitement shifted from immediate gratification to respectful anticipation. What stoked fan fervor further were the details sprinkled into the reveal. Mei Mei mentioned the working title, a simple, evocative name that suggested light and belonging, and spoke of a structure, episodes that would be intimate portraits rather than plot-driven set pieces. Yulong described the casting approach, mixing trained actors with local residents so authenticity could breathe alongside craft. They emphasized education, training programs for first-time performers, stipends for contributors, and post-production screenings where community feedback could still alter edits. The plans read like a promise to center people over profits, and fans immediately started planning how they could help protect and amplify that mission. Casting rumors, mostly happy fantasies at first, became quasi-official as the couple hinted at a few roles. Names floated: emerging indie actors, theater veterans, and several non-professionals whose candidacies had been vetted during the couple's listening tours. Fans scrambled to collate evidence of early readings and to map who might fit which role. The fandom's amateur casting directors posted mood boards, costume ideas, and scene breakdowns. This collaborative enthusiasm felt less invasive than tabloid gossip and more like a community rehearsal for a story they already felt part of. Social media's reaction was not uniformly celebratory. A cohort worried about overexposure. They feared that the couple's high profile could overwhelm the very stories they wanted to honor. Others worried about the logistics of community casting. Would locals be paid fairly? Would children's participation be handled ethically? Mei Mei's team anticipated those concerns and responded preemptively with detailed clauses promising consent, education, and continued employment opportunities beyond a single shoot. The production's openness did not end controversies, but it dampened the angriest speculative currents and converted many skeptics into watchful allies. The marketing strategy fans imagined was as telling as the announcement itself. Rather than a glossy global trailer that would dominate every algorithm, many hoped to see a grassroots rollout. Short, unscripted interviews with contributors, images of real locations, and community screenings that would be promoted first to local audiences. The idea thrilled people who longed for breathing room in a media landscape dominated by spoilers and hype. If the couple honored that distribution ethos, the release could feel more like a festival and less like an ad campaign. Financially, the commitment posed hard questions. Pledges for fair pay and community engagement imply smaller immediate profit. Yet some backers, both philanthropic and boutique distributors, responded enthusiastically, recognizing the value of a socially grounded narrative in a global market hungry for authenticity. Crowdfunding initiatives appeared almost immediately. Dedicated fans offered to underwrite transport costs for cast members from remote towns, fund translation services, and seed a scholarship for local young filmmakers. These gestures revealed another layer of fandom, a readiness to convert admiration into tangible support for cultural production. Within entertainment circles, the announcement became a case study in power and responsibility. Film schools began to circulate the production's early statements as material for ethics seminars. Unions reached out to ensure on-set protections, and regional theaters asked how they might partner for pre-release screenings. The conversation moved beyond celebrity and into practice. When an industry conversation takes that turn, the wind can change direction slowly but decisively, and fans felt they were watching a gust begin. Public sentiment was also shaped by the couple's narrative arc. For many, Mei Mei's and Yulong's own histories of perseverance lent credibility to a project that prioritized struggle and dignity. The fans who had followed their ups and downs felt a proprietorial affection. They believed the pair would not squander the social aims of the project. There was an intimacy to this faith. In forums and live chats, older fans wrote about the time they had defended the couple against rumors, now proud that their support might seed something larger than fandom itself. That emotional investment intensified excitement and created an accountability loop. Supporters would not simply consume the series. Many pledged to protect its integrity. As pre-production moved forward, teaser images surfaced, not polished stills but raw photos of location scouts sitting with fishermen over tea, of notebooks brimming with dialogue contributed by locals, and of Mei Mei and Yu Long listening with pens in hand. These images functioned like altars for fans, proof that the couple had done the labor of listening. The response was visceral. Comment threads filled with offers of help, locations proposed by followers living in remote areas, and musicians submitting sample tracks. The excitement had become participatory, in the best sense. There were inevitable missteps. An early leak of rehearsal footage, a short, out-of-context clip, was seized upon by opportunists eager for scandal. Fans mobilized, reporting exploitative posts and demanding takedowns. Those protective movements showcased another dimension of modern fandom, a readiness to shield projects they love from commodifying attention. The production team acknowledged the leak, apologized for the disturbance, and used the moment to reiterate their commitments to consent and community control. As the months progressed, anticipation matured into a peculiar calm hunger.